Hello, welcome to SquishiVision. Today we're going to watch the Loki trailer. Not seen it yet. This is going to be my first reaction to it live and give my thoughts and script for it. The normal drill. So without further ado, let's get straight into it and see what we got. That audio is not coming through my headphones. Let me just fix that. Otherwise, you'll get an annoying set of feedback.
I know what this place is. The timekeepers have built quite the circus. And I see the clowns are playing their parts to perfection.
Sorry, hang on 1 second. Sorry about that. Let's just start again.
I know what this place is. The timekeepers have built quite the circus. And I see the clowns are playing their parts to perfection.
Big metaphor guy. I love it. Makes you sound super smart.
I am smart.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Please sign to verify this is everything you've ever said.
This is absurd.
Sign this too.
We protect the proper flow of time.
You picked up the Tesseract, breaking reality.
I want you to help us fix it.
Why me?
I need your unique Loki perspective.
Do I get a weapon?
Nah.
You really believe in this Loki variant?
Luckily, he believes in himself enough for the both of us.
Why? It is adorable that you think you could possibly manipulate me. I'm 10 steps ahead of you.
You're not big on trust, are you?
You can trust me.
Loki, I've studied almost every moment of your entire life. You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times.
Why never do it again?
I saw a cat. That was my highlight. Okay, let's go through it because I think there's some stuff in there we can talk about. Obviously, I talked kind of in a grand scheme of things about we talked in the grand scheme of things when I did my review, when I did my watch of the original Loki teaser trailer that I released on Disney Investment Day, about kind of my thoughts on the show in general. My only kind of advancements and what the previous things that I said was we get some more kind of plot kind of beats revealed. So the Time Variant Agency appears to have basically captured this Loki and tasked them with restoring the timeline. So, you know, a lot of people have criticized this as kind of undoing a lot of the emotional impact of Loki's death in Infinity War by letting Loki kind of survive and then, you know, come back in this kind of form. And that has some, you know, degree of weight to it. I can agree with that. But I guess if this show is all about kind of undoing all of those kind of branches that have now been caused by this, then I guess, you know, it might actually be worth it. And much like, you know, how when we brought Coulson back in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and yet we still got the kind of emotional resolution from that anyway, they might be doing something here. So I'm not particularly worried, and also the show looks great, so I don't really care. So I guess, yeah, so they obviously they capture Loki and they're like, well, obviously you've caused kind of these issues and now time's all splintered, so we're going to get you to fix it. And then obviously Loki's going to be trying to kind of push his own agenda before. So let's scrub through this and see what we have. So we get this kind of portal appearance of when they kind of appear in different places. And this looks like Loki kind of in his costume that we see him shortly after Avengers, so he hasn't had really much time to kind of do much before he's, you know, caught. So it's kind of soon after. It seems to be kind of soon after that has occurred. What have we got here in terms of cast? And then obviously he's kind of like, you know, disparaging the whole organization, showing his lack of respect to it, which is like fair enough. We see these faces here in WandaVision apparently, so these are the same faces that we see in or at least some of them are the same faces that we see in Agatha's basement apparently. And then obviously this is Owen Wilson, who looks, you know, recognizable to everything that I'm used to seeing him in, as Mobius and Mobius. We also have, I'm trying to find the character. So I believe this is a character called Ravonna Lexus Renslayer, played by Gugu Mbatha-Raw. I don't know who the character is in comics, so I can't really extrapolate much more on that. But she's one of the judges, and then obviously we see Mobius and Mobius in the background. So this is kind of, I guess, during his induction, as it were. And there's a beautiful cat. And then obviously we're getting him to kind of sign off on everything that he's ever said, which I think is hilarious kind of gag. Just Tom Hiddleston's face here, complete incredulousness. This show is going to be hilarious. I can already tell. I always said last time that I love the motif that they played during this entire thing, the whole like Loki theme. So we get more kind of shots. I like the kind of style they're going for the set design, the TVA. You know, it looks kind of very, it's kind of very future. It's kind of how old TV used to portray futuristic settings. So it's very sepia, sort of bright colors, very rounded objects. And then here we get a kind of an explanation of what's happened. So this is the footage from Endgame, kind of showing off what has happened. And there's some explanation we get Endgame about, you know, branching off time. And obviously the expression of this is what is meant to be the actual solid time frame. And then we kind of see several different kind of locations. The same hooded figure that we saw last time. We see a New York that's been kind of torn apart. And then kind of the insinuation here is that Loki escapes at some point. Is that meant to be Asgard? Yeah, that looks like the throne room of Asgard. So but I don't think. Oh, well, actually, that might be the Warriors 3 because I recognise the blue cloak. So we're gonna go back to visit Asgard at some point, which seems an interesting place. I didn't expect them to go back there, but maybe he travels back in time and goes to see the point of Asgard. It's a very small image, it's hard to see, but it looks like we've got a kind of got Loki with very slick back hair, which is how he used to be, which is what he appeared like in the original Thor movie all the way back in 2011. So maybe we go back in time to see, maybe we bounce around Loki's life as well. And then we get some other shots of some sets, but nothing that I can really draw from. This is a hilarious exchange. Wow, he's not going to stab him in the back. This is especially the faces that he pulls. So it's kind of great. I still maintain that is Natasha, or at least they're meant to assume that's Natasha. Maybe someone in disguise pretending to be Natasha. But it looks like Vormir. So Vormir colours Natasha, but she's obviously got shorter hair than when she died. So who knows? I don't know what it is that I'm drinking, but it's very spicy. And then obviously the title. So yeah, I think perhaps the most interesting thing that we get in this trailer is essentially the kind of revelation of what the kind of story is about. It's about TVA telling Loki that they basically TVA telling Loki that he has to go back in time and like fix all the variants in time. I think this is meant to be Pompeii, which looks like Rome. So I'm guessing Rome. No, it looks like the Roman Empire. It looks like Pompeii. It looks like a volcano and Roman Empire, so obviously Pompeii. So yeah, and it's clearly causing mischief. Yeah, so much like the other kind of series, it's not one division. We get a clearer direction on where it's going. Grand. Well, that's all the thoughts that I have on this. There's a lot of kind of set designs and a lot of kind of locations. So clearly travel around a lot of places. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with this. Obviously, the way that Endgame used time travel was very interesting because it let us go back in time and explore events that we'd already seen. And then when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. used time travel, it was to let us see events that we'd heard about more than anything else. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of spin that Loki goes on it. But what do you think? How are you thinking about the show? Let me know, and I'll see you for whatever it is that I do next. Right. See you later.